Edition LLC. We are in the process of getting ready for our new labels. Well, actually not new labels. We had these labels for a while. These are my copyrighted labels under Black Series Edition. We have been displaying a few dummy labels on the website because, as I said before, we only display dummy labels when a product hasn't been copyrighted yet. So that's when we display them. So we have to change out our cans because, as I said before, the way we're going to be doing things, especially offline, we're having a storefront business, having people making massive amount of orders offline, having the backing of our new investors and partnership. We cannot process those type of orders by hand. That's virtually impossible. So we need a machine to do it. So, hold on a minute. All right, so we want to do something really simple with the labels. It's putting all the information on the back of it is going to be a complete headache. So we got some ideas on what we want to do. Well, where did I put that information? Oh, it's down here. I'm moving all this stuff out of the way, and it's right down here. So as I told you before, when we design a product, we'll have dummy labels on the site. And then when we get ready to finalize our copyrights, then we will show off the actual copyrights and what the labels actually look like. So, the Eclipse label that has the burning eclipse is a dummy label. It's not the real label. This is why I tell people, be careful about jumping to conclusions and just grabbing anything off our site and thinking that, no, again, it's a dummy label. That is what the real label looks like. It's copyrighted. It has a registration number attached to it. If you look up the name in the Copyright Office, it pops up, it's registered. So when we design the new containers, the black cans, which we're going to be bringing in because we need a round can to fit into the machine so we can process them, that can is going to bear that label in the front. Also, on what screen paint product you get, because it's part of the collection, what screen paint product you get, there'll be another label on the back of it, small label, and it will tell exactly what you ordered. When you order the Eclipse, when you order the Cinema Black, we have a theater screen paint, which we have our partner will be testing that and actually displaying it on his YouTube channel. He also quite connected with a lot of businesses, which he's going to be branching out his company. I'm going to be branching his company. It's a bit of a partnership back and forth. And with the backers that are going to be coming in on Thursday for the technology, again, we need the cans to look professional. We can't have tape all over the cans and all that. We can't have that. We can't have them printed up with the printer. We're literally going to a professional to have them print this label up in a professional way. I was thinking about a glossy black, and we want the letters to rise up off. So I'm thinking about going with that direction. We're going to have on the front of the can, on the back of the can, we're going to have the screen paint that the person ordered, like they ordered, like what particular product they ordered. There also, the products will have embedded batch numbers will be embedded into these particular labels. Now, instead of putting a label with, again, our specification sheet is like over 8,000 letters, so there's no way in the world we're going to fit that in the back. We thought the best thing would be to do is bring it up to the future, put a QR code in the back of it, person can hit it with their cell phone. We'll have a special page on the website that will be access to the QR code, and that will allow customers to be able to see video demonstrations, paint on demonstrations, specification sheets, all the other good stuff we can have right there in front of their cell phone. And click away, which means I have to work on the mobile app, because the mobile app on here is kind of, it works, but it has some bugs in it. So I have to work on that, on basically perfecting the mobile app on here, which I'm going to be working with today. Let me see. I need to really keep track of that paperwork. That's one thing I definitely need to keep track of. So that's very important. That is my official copyright. So we're going to be adding these to the shopping cart today. I'm going to find my copyright. I can go to the US Gov and just basically go in, but I have my official one here. Actually, my official one that I got from. That's what I'm looking for right now. I need that one. Okay, let me see. There's your symbol. I got a call about something. Some documents. I got to go to LegalZoom and get my LLC. I need my document for that. And I have applied for several licenses, which I need those too. Once you one of them is a permit that allows me to be them. Do a business outdoors in a public place. Sorry about that. So you have to have permits and licenses for all that goody gumdrop stuff. And I did apply for all my stuff. I got to go in and check my account. She didn't have those documents. They might be at my sister's because that's where I filed everything at. So once we get this other thing wrapped up, I can start basically posting the companies that we will be working with on our site. Till then, we can't post anything because, again, we have an individual who does some pretty stupid stuff at the end of the day, so that's why we can't really post anything that we like to put up there because, you know, even though these people know who this individual is, they clearly know who he is, we just, again, it's just a bit of a headache. So when we go to court and get all that taken care of, we don't have to worry about that problem anymore. That'll be taken care of once and for all, which I'm very, very happy about. Let's see. I wonder if I can get this circle. I want the circle one too. The ones that go up on top of the can. That would be nice to have. Then I can basically put the batch number in. Oh, no. I forgot. We can do the batch number. No, you can't do it. It would be too many batch numbers. That's virtually impossible. We'll have to put on top of the cans, really. I was thinking about having them go through the QR code, but that would just be, we have to go in and keep changing it and updating it. Like, no, it's just going to take too much work. Do it that way. So we can do it that way instead. That'd be much easier. This is why I advise people at the end that get your work copyrighted. Get it registered, get it legit. There it is right there. That's Black Series Edition right there. That's our registration from the United States Copyright Office right there. That right there is protected. Which means if anyone feels the need, if they want to touch that, well, you'll end up in court and you will be sued. So it allows you to keep your fingers off of it. And those people have already touched it. Yeah, we're going to be in contact real soon. This right here shows right here when the year we filed for, which is in 2022. Now keep in mind, copyrights, some people get mistaken. They think that copyrights actually expire. Actually, they don't for quite some time. Right. We have this on file. We have these on file anyway, right? And we do. Copyrights don't expire. Well, they can. It takes some time. Copyright will actually exist for as long as the author is still alive. And after he dies, it's another 70 years. That's quite a long time. Okay. Let me go to the website. Where are we going? Let me go to the website. All right. It's editing. Alright. Home page. That's gonna pop over to editing. Now, I have some people that are really upset about that. JMG, I'm sorry, people. Tell me to bust your bubble, but that projector is trash. And again, I've had conversations with these individuals. Matter of fact, I had a conversation with them, and they literally deleted and removed my entire section where I was having a conversation with them about the projector. As a matter of fact, they were supposed to be showing off the projector's contrast levels and some other nonsense on April the 10th, or past April the 10th. So that never even happened. But, you know, some people don't want to believe. When I get the projector home, I find out it's not as bright as it's supposed to be because, again, it has not 4,000 lumens. I can honestly tell you, I got 4,000 projectors right here, and that's not 4,000. Let me go over to, I love this new setup for editing. I'm going to go over to my, but I guess the guy made the statement to me, I was looking forward to my product, but he's not purchasing it. I'm happy, I'm good with that. I am 100% happy with that. That does not bother me one bit, and you don't want to buy. I'm good with that, trust me. I have plenty of other people who buy from us. We are good. Wrong shot. Not bashing a company. They clearly stated that the projector is 1080p and not 4K. That's common sense for you to tell you that, or maybe I should not buy this projector. Now, for the person who sat there and made this comment, I think he knew it all when it came to the projector. I'm here to tell you, you don't know. This is why you don't know. Because I had an actual conversation with the people who was promoting the projector. Right there. I back up everything that I say. And in the conversation that we had with them, they clearly stated that the projector is a 1080p based projector. Did they mention that anywhere in the Kickstarter? Did they mention that anywhere in advertising for the projector? Did they mention that anywhere at all? Oh no, they did not, did they? All right then. So here you go. The person who made the comment, read it and weep. Right there, talking directly from the author. Let me blow this up a little bit for you. Talking directly to the author, right there. And clearly says, Kenneth Bird, 1080p, 1920 by 1080p pixel, which means that projector is a native 1080p projector. But because it's using some kind of DOP and 0.47 and some kind of chip they have in the DMD, it's able to reach 4K status. And no, sorry, that's not true. Because you're missing a ton of resolutions in order of pixels to make a 4K. So you don't have a 4K projector. I swear, we can have a discussion board from sunup to sundown to the people who literally believe that pixel shipping is 4K. You don't live on the planet like everybody else does. You really don't live on the planet. That projector doesn't have that capability. But did you read any of this? Did you see any of that when they were actually advertising the projector? No, you did not. And the reason why you did not, because they didn't put that information in there. Until I went in there and started grilling them, asking them questions that most people weren't going in and asking them, and I got the information out of them. Where they clearly said the projector is a 1080p projector. If you're a 4K projector There is no way in the world that 1080p should be ever mentioned anywhere in your specifications. Nowhere to be found. Because you're 4K. So why is there a 1080p being mentioned about the projector if it's 4K? You know what it is? It comes down to people at the end of the day. Well, you got some people out there that will buy something. They know it's wrong, but they want to buy it anyway. And they want someone to agree with them, to give them like, okay, I can buy this. No, you buy that projector, it'll be the worst thing you ever bought in your entire life. I can walk in there with a 720p and I could blow your projector clean out of the water easily. And that projector, again, not 4,000 lumens. Because a 4,000 lumen projector, even if it hits a white screen, it may look like crap. It can survive in a room that's fully lit because it's 4,000 lumens. That projector sat in every demonstration I watched that projector in, sat in the dark. Why do you have a projector at 4,000 lumens in a dark room like that? Because it's not 4,000 lumens. Someone had already stated at AVS forums it's 25. Some people stating it's lower than 25. But you get all fixated on the hype commercial at Kickstarter. Did you see this at Kickstarter? That Kickstarter, at any time when you was watching the promo for Kickstarter, did you see this pop up in the comments section? Yeah, they told us it's a 1080p projector. So you literally just spent money for a 1080p projector. Keep in mind that ViewSonic has a projector similar to that one at 1,000 lumens, and it's native 4K. It doesn't mention anything about 1080p in the comment section about that particular projector. Did it again. This is Valva. We had a conversation with Valva. We got Valva to break down and admit that the Valva projector is not 4K either. What projector is the Valva? The Valva projector is a 1080p pixel shifting 4K. That doesn't even sound right in one sentence. It's a 1080p projector. So what you're purchasing, anything that comes with pixel shifting, you are purchasing 1080p projectors that are basically priced at the price of a 4K projector. That's what you're getting. And then they lie to you and tell you that, oh, it breaks the image down, it tightens the image, so you're fooled. You're fooled. Understand me? Fooled in believing you're seeing something that you're not. No, I actually want to see it. That's what I want. So if I'm buying 4K, I want actual 4K. Or like you go into a car dealership and they say Bugattis, and you go buy Bugatti, and you find out when someone strips it down, and nothing wrong against Hondas and Kias, are beautiful cars, but just say you got that. You paid Bugatti money, you just got a Honda and Kia at the end. Nothing wrong with those cars, trust me, I love them. Because anybody thinking, oh, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with those cars. It's just telling you, you're not getting what you paid for. So we got both of these companies to admit this. It's a 1080p based projector. But was any of this mentioned anywhere in the promo? It wasn't, was it? They didn't come out and say, hey, it's a 1080p projector base, but with so-and-so it's 4K. Now, see, I'm on board with that 100%, because they just literally just told the truth right there. You can't argue against that. He just literally said it's a 1080p projector, but with pixel shifting, we can make it look somewhat almost close to 4K. I'm on board with that. But you can't say it's actual 4K, because it's not. When 4K first came out, where did they get the idea for the pixel count for it? I say, what, do you say like 1080p times 2 or something like that? Where did you get the idea for that for? Okay, so if that's the official count for 4K, before this whole pixel shifting has been out for quite some time, then we know what 4K is. Guess what? All the other companies can pay for 4K. Why can't they? Because it's cheaper and it's more affordable. Literally what he just said, and we said about the projector. I'll bring it back to you. He actually explained more in that one than this one actually did when he talked about it. Here we go, right here. See where it says that, see where it says where it's 1080p, but see where it says that keeping the price at an affordable range. Because they charge you the full amount of what a 4K projector would cost. This one's a little cheaper, but they do, some of them charge you the full amount of what a 4K projectors cost, but they're saving some money on the side because they're cutting corners, because you really don't have 4K. If you did cost 4K, that projector would be more expensive than that. That's why I was in the projector, it's at $1,400. You can't get a 4K projector for $1,400. Not brand new, you can't. Well, actually, the cheapest one they did have, I did actually buy a brand new 4K projector. I bought a ViewSonic PX747, but that was the cheapest 4K projector that came out. There was something like $1,300, $1,400. But even that projector was native 4K. So that's why I said be careful what you buy at the end of the day. So this guy got really mad at me and said I didn't know what I was talking about. I was bashing the company. It sounded a lot like the person who was making the comment actually worked for the company. Like you were trying to back them up. But nobody. I know what I'm talking about. And you made a statement at the bottom that I lost a customer. I'm fine with that. 100%. I'm good. I have no problem with that. I know what my technology is designed to do it today. Good luck searching for a product that works like ours. But other than that, yeah. Go out and buy that projector and see how that works. As a matter of fact, go buy the projector, and I would love to see a YouTube demonstration of that projector in a fully lit environment with all of this whopping 4,000 lumens, and show me a 100% contrast level or any color about that chain washing out. Because all the other demonstrations I've seen on that projector, everybody was sitting in the dark. So you'll be the first one to do it. So I guess I'll send him that information tonight, whatever. He's on my channel right now talking. A lot of people got upset over that thing, boy. They got mad over that. Look, if you want to buy it, go out and buy it. At the end of the day, I'm just warning you ahead of time. You don't have 1080, you don't have 4K. Even funnier, go to a forum site that actually where people have actual 4K projectors and walk in there with one of those things and see how fast you get laughed out of the forum site. They will break it down and put in them way more than I do at the end of the day about 4K resolution. They're way beyond. They got some gurus in there. Go in there with that projector and say, hey, I got native 4K, and see what happens. You'll learn some stuff while you're in there. But no, it's not that. Same thing with the WeMax. Same thing with the Valve. All those projectors, fake, 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 fake. The Valve projector is even worse. Because I told you it's the package setup. So it's even worse because of the package setup. There are people who literally went out and bought the screen and the projector. We got to give them some points. If it wasn't for Phantom HD doing that demonstration, I would have never saw what I saw. There is no way in the world that screen should ever came that close to a white screen, let alone matching that wall. And then on top of that, the projector has a 3,000-to-1 contrast. That's poor. That's insanely poor for an ultra short projector that's brand new. Usually 3,000-to-1 is found on older projectors, like really old projectors. 2011, 2012 model old projectors. They have 3,000-to-1. Because at that particular time, in 2011, 2012, 3,000 lumens on a projector was, 3,000-to-1 contrast on a projector was freaking insane. Now, that's nothing at all. That's crap at the end of the day. 3,000-to-1, 2,000-to-1 is crap. That projector's now at 20,000, 10,000-to-1, 50,000-to-1, 2 million-to-1, 4, 5, 6. They're way beyond that now. No. But for you people, just you people, not saying everybody, but you people that are suckers for these freaking Cracker Jack projectors, they got so many more coming out. I just saw another one popping up called Cinema. Just straight to the point. Cinema. That's it. Look at this. And for those of you who are buying for the first time, be careful. Be extremely careful about these projectors at the end of the day. Anything that says at the end of the day that's pixel shifting, do not touch it with a 10-foot pole. And for someone saying, well, pixel shifting is new. No, it is not new. Do you have any idea how old pixel shifting is? Those of you who know what I'm talking about, it's been around for a while, you know. You ever have a PS1? You ever own one of those units before? You know, old PS1 is a pretty old system, right? Been out way before that, but still. Remember the PS1? Those jagged edges you get on it, especially if you played Tomb Raider, had the really jagged edges on it. And then they came with the Blu-ray player for the PS2. Well, there's an option on it because it was backwards compatibility. You can take your disc from the PS1 and stick it and play it in the PS2. And if you constantly tapped X, I think it is X, if you constantly tapped it, you could cause the system to buffer and it caused pixel shifting to smooth out the jagged edges. It was pixel shifting. That's how old it is. It's nothing new. It's been around forever. Comcast used to use them too. When they were using DVIs instead of HDMI, they give you a compressed image to make it look like it was 1080p. So it's old. It's been around forever. That's why I said if you see it, stay away from it. All right, let me see. We got to change out our labels too. So this is what we're doing today. I get caught up in this stuff, people. You know I do. But anyway. When you get people saying that we don't have a blackness, we support all projectors, of course you do. Because those projectors, and I've tested dozens of them, will only show up on gray screens, light gray screens at that, and white screens. That's the only thing they show up on. And neither one of those can see contrast and color or their ambient light rejection, so they're both washed-out in fully lit environments and can't pull colors required because they need to be calibrated. And I don't think I'm spending time to calibrate that thing at the end of the day, but whatever. But anyway, as I said before, yeah, you're just going from crap to crap. That's basically about it. Can't use them on any of the gunmetal screens because they don't register on those projectors. I literally had a customer had a bow maker. That projector is pretty expensive, and that projector wouldn't even register on a black diamond. It just wouldn't pick up. So again, they'll register on cheap screens, not on high-end screens. They don't pick up on our screens at all. So I don't know. It's kind of sad for people who have the valve set up because you have a 3000-to-1 contrast and you're sitting on a light gray screen. Oh, that's awful. That's an awful combination. You literally don't even have enough contrast on there to pick up a decent shade of gray. It's 3000-to-1. The NEC projector behind me that cost me $60, that projector is 3,800 lumens versus 1,800, which means I could stick that projector in front of a valve projector and completely submerge, wash it out completely because I have a much more powerful lumen count. On top of that, it only has 3001 and my projector has 4001. I know that great, but still, it's much better than that machine at the end of the day. And for those who are, you can sit there and say, well, it does 4K. No, it doesn't. It does 1080p. That's what it does. What it does, or do, or does. All right, let me see. Let me see. Did we just bring up? We just brought up literally my whole freaking. Where is my freaking? Which one comes disappearing too? Oh, there we go. Advanced editing. I just found this out a couple of days ago. Somebody actually who has a Wix account sent this to me and said, "You know, there's advanced editing on there." I was like, "What the freak?" Didn't even know it. Just found out advanced editing options on here for basically going in and updating and upgrading your website. Whereas I got some cool stuff I want to add on here. This is going to be interesting too. How long we are going to be with Wix? Probably not that long to take issue once the lawsuit goes through. I told you they're being sued also too because again they asked for the specific information we had to put in. We're not talking about the other fellow, we're talking about Wix now. The specific information we had to put in. They needed to know where the source started from. And we said Wix. It has an option right there that you can type in the web provider. Now they also asked us, did we contact them? Oh yes, we did. We sent all the information in. Did you contact you? Tell them about the copyright, so and so. Then they asked, was the site removed? We put down, no, the site actually still remains. So now they're actually part of the lawsuit. And that's where we get into the $1 million range, people. You're a big time $1 million company. If you're a big company like this, and keep in mind, say if I was with GoDaddy or another internet, whatever platform at the end of the day, this doesn't look too bad for them because it's another platform. You know, I just came over and just took someone's stuff or they took my stuff or whatever. But I'm actually using the exact same platform as the other one, which means with under their copyright guidelines, I went through the whole entire ring to read all that crap anyway, that any Wix user, and this is their guidelines, there's somebody outside of Wix, it's out of their hands. They don't have no responsibility. But because it's somebody that is a part of Wix, it's a different story. It means actually they are basically responsible for going in and basically reinforcing the copyright infringements or violations and removing the site altogether. That's what they're supposed to do. We sent them in tons of paperwork. We sent them in written letters telling them that we're going to be sued. And we also sent them our copyright registrations, which you have to have because, again, there's no way you can win a court case without one. You have to have that registration number showing that your copyright is legit. And they asked us, was the website removed? We said no, which means now they are in violation of also to being sued also due to the fact. Now, again, Wix being a big company like they are, they don't want it to get out that Wix users are getting ripped off by other Wix users and people are taking their sensitive copyrighted material off their site. Now, mind you, when you go to the Chris Wix site, it also runs by Wix also. You will notice when the cube pops up, it has the copyrights right there in plain view, which means there's no way in the world you can't miss that. You will see it right there. So whoever ripped that off and took that information off our site means at the end of the day, they were well aware that that was copyrighted because it's right there. It has the entire registration for everyone to read. It's public. It's right there. So Wix, knowing this, that information was there, and still allowed the person to take this off and their site still remain, which makes them liable because they allowed their platform to spread that nonsense and allow that person to operate on their site knowing it should have been removed. And because of that, that's why they're being sued for millions of dollars. On top of that, consider the fact that it will never make it to court. And I'll tell you why. Because they do not want it to get out in public view that you are no longer safe to put your music, because they advise people to put their music and their artwork and their copyrighted material on their site. And imagine if you were to put that information on the site and find out that they will not protect your work, they will allow other users to rip off your work, rip off your music, rip off anything off your site. And even though your stuff is protected outside of them, because make sure your stuff is protected outside of them. Don't believe in that bull crap that they tell you at the end of the day that will protect your stuff. Don't do that. Get your stuff registered, because what we're going through right now, I'm glad my stuff is registered. But they don't want it to get out in the open that, hey, you join Wix at the end of the day, we'll give you, and they'll hook you up. They got nice stuff on here. I'm not getting wrong about that. They got plenty of cool stuff on here to work with, but their rules on protecting other Wix users is extremely poor. Extremely poor. So imagine that gets out, that if your music comes on here, somebody will rip you off, or if your artwork comes, someone will rip you off. If you put recipes up here, whatever you do at the end of the day, it'll get ripped off. That is really some serious bad publicity, and no one would touch them with a 10-foot pole. This is why my attorney has already advised me that this will be an open and shut lawsuit. They will sell out of court as fast as possible. So I could very well walk off to be a millionaire. All because of one person did something extremely stupid. Yep. And that's why never, eBay, all them places like that, don't believe that crap. They tell you that they'll protect you at the end of the day. They will not protect you at the end of the day. It all comes down to money. You got to protect yourself. Make sure you get your stuff registered. Don't believe in that fake copyright man, poor man thing. So you mail it to yourself. Don't do that. Get your copyrights. I got somebody right now who has a product line of clothes, and it's her own artwork. And I told him at the end of the day, don't show anybody. Don't show your friends. Don't show your family. Don't show anybody at all. Period. You know how many people know the ingredients in my paint? No one. Paco knows. That's it. My mother doesn't know. My family doesn't know. My friend, nobody knows. I'm the only one who knows what's in it, and God. That's it. You don't share that information with anybody. Not even your wife. Nobody. And the reason why, because, hey, if a divorce pops up, guess what's going to happen? Things get pretty evil at them when things start to go bad in life, or relationships start to go sour. Things get pretty evil. So it's best that's something you have to keep for the rest of your life to yourself. Because if not, you're doomed. Yeah. Not a good idea. Keep it to yourself. Don't tell anybody. What's this right here? Oh, this is the whatchamacallit site. We don't have that ready yet. That's only for 2024, so we're not going to be in there for that one yet. Here we go. These are being removed. This is a dummy label. So the person who thought this was a label, again, you really got to listen to what I say at the end of the day. They're dummy labels. The original one is the one you just saw. That's the one that has the copyright next to it. Let me see. See if we can bring that up. We have it on file. I'm loving this freaking advanced editing. Now, a little cool piece of advice. If you're doing copyrights and you have a whole lot of artwork, mind you, it can be $180 per piece of artwork. Learn to put your stuff under a collection. If you put it under collection, that means they're all protected under that collection. And this will save you a lot of money and protect yourself at the same time. If you want to have a little bit more fun with it, even though you have the copyrights, when you draw something, get into a habit of writing your signature into the drawing. That's fun to do at the end of the day, because that's embarrassment. If you really want to embarrass somebody pretty badly in court, that's another way to do it. Because what they'll do is they'll pull that magnifying glass and they'll blow it up, and you'll see the signature right in there on something they could have stole from you. Oh, that's pretty fun. But you still have to have your copyrights legit. That's just for fun. Let's go over here and grab this thing right here. Do we have, let me see something for a minute. We do have that whatchamacallit. I gotta upload that file from there. That's what I gotta do. So we're going to remove this one. Let me see. There we go. And let's get the new one. Images. I'll upload from here just in case we don't have it. I have it. Let's see. Pictures. Pictures. Let me see. So it should be under copyright labels. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Now, I also got some interesting announcements. In 2024, we're going to have some major changes. We may be leaving the website for good. If these storefronts do exactly what they're designed to do, and we make more money offline than we'll make online. But we'll see what happens. It's between here, what goes on now, and what's going to end up in 2024. It'll just be much faster way of doing business. So I don't know yet how this is going to end up yet. Let me get this right here. Okay, label. There we go. Label. So I don't know yet. Depends on it. I don't know how things are going to go yet. These backers want this product in stores, which is interesting. Certain stores I do not want my products in. We will never, ever do business with eBay. That will never happen in a million years. I can't stand eBay. I hate eBay. I was with eBay when I first started selling vintage toys on eBay. And eBay cheated me every possible way you could possibly think of. I would never do business with eBay. I tell people eBay is good in a way for basically if you want to build customer relation, if you want to get like droves of people to come to and notice you, they're known for that. But at the end of the day, eBay will rip you off on so many fees, on so much stuff. You pretty much won't make any money. And then on top of that, they put you through these, I don't know if they do it now, but when I was doing it, they put you through these jacked up evaluations that they put you through. I mean, you're going to have a couple of complaints. Everybody has a couple of complaints. Nobody who runs a company doesn't have complaints. So, but them, they do it differently. Like if you have like, I think my last straw with eBay was, what was it? Oh yeah. I had 4 complaints on my account, and this is for the vintage toys. And even if you win, say you win, you still have that complaint there. It'll still be there, and it'll still be held against you. So at that point, I had about 10,000 of one item I can sell, or I could basically break it down and sell 10,000 up to that item. So I came in and found out that they've removed, because they will remove your listing, all your work, they'll take it off and say, okay, you've been penalized. You had 3 complaints in like 6 months, and we're going to have to bring it down to like $250. I went from $10,000 to $250. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I quit. But I couldn't transfer my customers over to where I was at because I was using eBay to support my digital and crystal screen paint. Because I had to have some money to support the site because I wouldn't take a loan from the bank, and that's what I did. I bought vintage toys, I sold them online, and that's what I did. But my customers that I had over there were about toys. They weren't around screen paint, so I couldn't transfer them over. So I tell people that you can use eBay. You can use eBay, work with them a little bit, build up a nice customer trust, customer base, have usually random customers that come in and buy from you all the time. And when you get enough of them in there, about a good maybe, I don't know, you need 1,000 or more in there, then you build your website and you transfer those customers and direct them right to your website. Now you're free of all of PayPal, with all of eBay's fines and restrictions and all that other crap, and you got more power because you own your own website and you don't have to worry about paying their fees at the end of the day. That's how you do it. So I tell a lot of people, sell on eBay, because eBay will bring traffic to your front door. Unless you know how to direct traffic, you know how to work that search engine optimizer. If you can tweak that, then you're good at the end of the day, because I know how to tweak my search engine optimizer with no problem. But if you really want traffic to hit your website, go to eBay first and sell on eBay and build up that customer. People are used to coming in and buying from you, communicating with you, so. And then later on, when you have enough people in there, start spreading some words on like, hey, look, I'm going to be leaving. private message them, not through eBay, because they will see this. So basically, if you were able to message them through an email account, something outside of eBay, and explain to them, hey, look, I'm going to be leaving pretty soon. This is my new website address. You can check me out here. This is where I'm selling my items. Yeah, that's how you do it. I'm showing a friend right now how to market her business. All right, you want to take this right here and put this over there. Bam. Oh, you have some videos on here. All right, there we go. That's a new label right there. I'm still looking through all this right here. Coupons, search engine optimizer. Ooh, we got search engine optimizer from the marketplace. Oh, I'm definitely playing around with that. With advanced controlling? Oh yeah, I like playing with the advanced options in here. Store show, whatever. So online store. This right here is your product category. I don't know if you can see that. You have to know how to set up a product category. So you can set up multiple stores on here. Each store has its own category. So you have different names for it. Limited edition, it's a Black Series edition. You have different ones you want, all products. Each one goes to different websites. Not even websites, but you know what I'm talking about. With different pages, you can set your own pages on there. Ribbons. I don't really experiment too much with the ribbons too much, but I should do more with the ribbons. On the end of the day, I got links and stuff all in there, all good to go. Policies are all in here, so that's all good to go. Still from report track overview, and we got all that right there. Last 30 days. I'm gonna get rid of that later on. All right, let's save this. Bam. And this is the reason why we have showrooms, because there is literally not enough room on the pages. We're gonna get 8,000. We already maxed that out, so it's not enough. And on pictures, we go over 1,000 pictures, so there's not enough to put pictures in there or videos. Let me see. What do we have here? $32. Let's go ahead and grab this one too. I need to pick it out. So what we're doing is we're adding our copyright labels in. Yeah, it's down right there. All right, save view. So now we have this time to Is this on here? Or do we not have this on here? No, this is not on here. Let's see it anyway. So the Alpha 1 is not going to be a screen paint. So you know from the door, it's going to be a wallpaper screen. I gotta hire some people. So we are going to have a warehouse. And I'm going to hire some people that are professional with paint cannons. I paint, but not as good as they do. And they're going to do the paint job for my screens. I'm going to see what happens with the airbrush one in. I'm curious what that would look like. It'll probably be super smooth. What's this right here? We don't have that anymore. I can leave these two right here open because these are something completely different. We don't have that anymore. Outdoor. The outdoor. There we go. So everything has to be unified now. So we're going to be on Amazon. I will be sold on Amazon, by the way. I already set the account up already. We're just waiting for the containers to be finished up and be done. And then we can basically show the new containers off with the new labels. It'll be the same labels, but something a little different. Oh, I do have it. It's right there. Yeah, that's my other label right there. Cool. Let's see if we got them all. And of course, the Sugar Plum Fairy is going to have its own customized label. And the label you're seeing right there is also a dummy label. the label that we're doing for the Sugar Plum Fairy, it's going to basically have a bit of an anime kind of design all the way around the can, which is going to be looking really sick when we get done. I can't wait to start playing around with those. Show that off. And we don't have any designs to show you what the Sugar Plum Fairy looks like, because so we have somebody who works in the graphic designs is actually drawing our character. That character is also going to be trademarked on top of that. And we're going to be using, we're going to have the Sugar Plum Fairy bobblehead dolls, which we're going to make. Okay, let me hit this on a reset. Bum, 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 bum. I might do merch too, because I want to do some stuff for the storefront. Definitely want to do jerseys and baseball jerseys, hockey jerseys. I'm getting myself a hockey jersey, Sugar Plum Fairy. Getting myself one. This is my script popping up. Boy, let you do coding in this bad boy left and right. I'm going to do some coding this week for something on here. All right, let me see. Get back over to my section. See if our black labels came up. Let's see. We should have him here on this one too. Oh, it's not on the 20. You didn't put it on the 24. And what's this? That should not be there. I think that's not something that shouldn't be in here. Hold on for a minute. That definitely shouldn't be in there. Let me remove that. That gotta go. So I guess someone was complaining about our prices being too high. Well, here's the kicker. You knock out 9 certified screens and take out a black diamond, then you can basically at the end of the day be on our level. If you can't, then your product's not worth the money. Because again, someone that can afford a $5,000 projection screen, we can beat that screen with no problem whatsoever. But that you'll have to do. It's a tons of testing. And certifieds aren't easy. Well, okay, some of them. That diamond's not easy. That diamond freaking is a pain in the butt. Diamond screens are actually pretty good. I said, not a big fan, but I do know good technology when I see it. All right, let me see. Where you at? You're not supposed to be in here. 24. Where you at? You're not supposed to be in this section. You got to come out of this. There you go. No, you are out of here. No. There you are. You're not supposed to be in here anymore. That's done. All right, let me see. Where's the outdoor? Outdoor at 32. Outdoor 32. It can't be that. That's the other mapping technology. So that over there is out. Oh, there you are. You have to have one of the official labels put in. Wait, where did you go? Literally, you just see me toss that, but let's see, where did it go? Oh, there we go. That should be all of them right there. I think we should have them all now. Only 2 we can't cover up because that's the mapping technology. All right, we should have everything here, and the mapping. Okay, that's good. We should have everything from there. Oh, save. Man, I can't wait to go and set up my 3-screen setup. I love that stuff. I haven't had any time because I've been busy working in here. But I can't wait till tonight. I'm going to do my 3-screen setup, sit back and watch a movie, some TV, and I got my computer on this side. I can go surf the internet, do whatever I want to do on that side. In portrait mode. Freaking love it. Let me see. All right, we should have it now. So that's enough pretzels for me today. Snacks. I'm not used to seeing it. I've never seen that before. Never seen them come down in twos like that, and ones. That's crazy. I still can't get over that. That is crazy. I've never seen that before. That is crazy. I tell you, Allentown is a sleepy town. And the neighborhoods that I lived in some pretty violent neighborhoods. I've never seen officers come down by one. There's always a backup system. Every single time there's a backup system. So I've never seen that before. So I gotta, somebody called the police on me because my music was too loud. But anyway, when the officer came, it was just one guy. And I was like, where the fuck is your, where's your backup? And he was like, it was just me. I said, what, there's nobody else, that's it? Because I lived in North Philadelphia. I lived in some real violent neighborhoods. And anytime officers come to your door, there's always two. And there's another car out there waiting for you just in case something pops off. It's always like that. I've never seen that before. Here, it's just one officer comes to the door and it's like, gee whiz, I'm hearing the music from Andy Griffin playing in the background. Like, I never saw that before. So basically something happened up front with the store. They had some kind of problem out there. And again, one officer popped up. I'm used to seeing the buddy system, because you never know at the end of the day. I mean, he could be out there by himself. That's never good. It's not a good sign anyway. They need to do something about that. That's not a good sign. I don't know, maybe the town doesn't. Since I've been down here in Allentown, I have not seen any violence. Like none. Not like Philadelphia. Philadelphia, you see shootings and drive-bys and everything you could possibly think of, you'll see. You know what I mean? I lived in a neighborhood, literally, it was so bad. 33rd and Diamond, 8th and Butler, 5th and Allegheny, Richard Allen Project, Diamond Street Projects, and there's Strawberry Mansion. If you know about them areas, I lived all up in them areas right there. I got ties all up in them areas anyway. But anyway, I watched somebody get set on fire at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I literally watched it. Going to the store to buy a box of cereal and watch the man get set on fire. Seen crazy stuff. People get shot, robbed, you name it, seen it. I've been caught in a couple of drive-bys by accident, all kinds of crazy stuff. So up here, I'm like, even in the Badlands, they get called the Badlands, but it's not the Badlands. It really isn't at all, period. It's like a little farther down. Down here, it goes by numbers by, you start off at 1, and then it goes up to 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, and it goes all the way up. So if you hit 7, 7 is actually pretty good. 7 is actually within the city limits. And then as you get a little farther up to like 8 and 9, up in those areas, it gets a little bit more expensive. Once you start reaching 18, and it's some real serious money at the end of the day you'll be paying out there. But I've never heard any gunfire since I've been here. Not any. Not even around 4th of July. I didn't hear any gunfire at all, period. Like it's really got it locked down here. So pretty much it's like, it's maybe it's a little bit of a sleepy town down here, but I mean, they kind of like don't have any problems down here, period. I was kind of interesting asking my sister, can you get arrested for jaywalking? Because sometimes when you're in areas that really don't have a lot of crime and you basically do something simple like jaywalking, you can get ticketed for that because again, it's a big thing in that area, but no, people jaywalk back and forth up here. But still, it's just really interesting to see that. I'm not kind of used to it. I'm used to seeing the buddy system. That's what I can never understand about highway patrol. Highway patrol, I think it's just one person in the car. I don't even know why they have it like that. It should never be that way. I hope it's not still like that way, but that's what it was when I was coming up. And one person in the car, which I still don't understand why they do that. I think that's kind of stupid. They should have 2 people in the car, at least. But anyway, yeah, I'm just not used to seeing that. And the officers are really nice. Like a really guy, he came to the door, he's really cool and all, He didn't hear the music playing loud. I had a little bit up a little bit. I do admit that. But he said I didn't hear anything. Everything was cool. Cool guy. Talked to him for a little bit. Probably same guy out there. Look at the same guy out there. But yeah. They don't have a big police district down here. So chances are you probably will see the same officer multiple times. Other than that, like I said, you really don't see any craziness down here at all, period. It's really nice and quiet. I just never get used to the fact of looking out my window and seeing nothing but wooded trees and mountains in the background. That's what I don't get used to, because I'm used to seeing nothing but rows and rows and rows of buildings and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool to look at. Hopefully this summer, I'll get a chance to go out there and see what's going out there, what's kicking out there, because I got a camping trip coming up with the family and some family from Philly that's coming down here. We're going to have a camping trip out there. So those are not able will be in the, what do you call it, the luxury cabin. That's where they want to be at. And the rest of us will be in tents, because I plan to be in a tent. There's not, it says camping like being in a tent. So we're going to take some of the city youngsters that have never been fishing, never been camping before, don't know what it's like to be in front of a cracking and open fire and telling ghost stories and all that good stuff. I just never had that experience. When it can give them a chance to go out there and have some fun. So it should be great for them. I've been camping before. My father used to camp, and grandfather, all of them camped back in the day, and I was in Boy Scouts and I was in Cub Scouts, so I got a chance to do all that cool stuff. But the city kids today never really get a chance to do that kind of stuff. Let me see. Alright, so that's all good to go. Everything else is good to go for me. Okay. So we got the off light over here. Check these switch on. The labels all fired up. Let's see. Let's go over to right here. Oh, there we go. So it came in just where I wanted. All my labels right there. Perfect. These are all our copyrighted labels. Cool. And then I have to make a copy of my registration and all that, and just basically put it up on a logo onto the website, where basically people can go and see this copyright and all that good stuff. Actually, these are old business cards, which I'm in the process of getting new ones because we don't have this number anymore. But these are my old business cards right there. There we go. As you can see, they're plastic. That's why I said, business. You're doing business cards for your company, make sure that you get good ones. Don't get them cheap ones. Don't get business cards that are this freaking thin. No, that's trash at the end of the day. Because then people at the end of the day will not take your business seriously. You want somebody who basically picks up your card and they like the feel of it and the texture of it. This is a card they're going to have in the back of their pocket. Not only going to have in the back of their pocket, as I said before, this is the card they're going to show off. Someone gave me a leather business card. I've never seen a leather business card at that particular time that had the gold print. I must have showed up that card dozens of times. When I showed people like, look how freaking amazing this is. This is absolutely sick. Now the new business cards we're going to get for the AdTech in 2024, those cards are completely invisible. I can't wait to get them. You can actually see right through them, you know, for AdTech technology. And that's going to have its own website. I'm going to be building for that. Let's see, how much of my time am I eating up for you guys? Yeah, we're way over our time there. All right, well, it's all in there right there. It's all good to go right there. We can remove this. Let me see. No, we need this part right here. There we go. Now, the reason why we started the collection, as I said before, because again, we are doing something different with the Black Series Edition technology, where our cans and labels, everything is unified into one. We don't want this different label and that different label and this. We don't want that crap in there. We need everything to be uniformed as in one label, as in one system, because this makes it much easier as we start to branch out offline. Much easier. Makes my job a whole lot easier. All right, did I get all that right there? We're done right there. That's all finished. Good. Power set. Save that, and that's good. All right, well, I'm out of here. I got to go look at some warehouse space, some commercial property, because we are going to need a warehouse, and that's the thing we need it. Beautiful thing about it is my sister's boyfriend is a what do you call it, a manager or a top official, whatever. He's basically a guy who works the forklift. He's really good at it, the forklift manager, whatever, higher up. Good, because I can basically pay him to train some of my workers. That's fantastic, because we do need forklift operators. Actually, we got to hire a few people. So I'm going to be applying for my EIN number, because now I need employees for the end of the year. All right, with that being said, hope you enjoyed. Got to go. Check this thing all blown up. Don't look at it. There we go. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I got to go, and God bless.